Go ahead, Dre. Yeah. That felt good right there. No, it's good. We here. Absolutely. That's good. Where are we again? Once again, where are we? What studio are we in again? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Dre. Thank you, Dr. Dre. This is the sound of Blue and Exile. West Coast in it. From the album Below the Heavens.
Yo, the soul provider, gotta light on the skillet, grilling it hard boiled, charcoal feelings, the dark villain and the light-skinned niggas disguise. My mind sickening, the fine vicious written in rhymes. Time tends it to describe how my lines ending. You
We're happy that everyone made it to the other side of the new year.
Shine through your blinds
2019 was really
good.
good.
With no pun intended. No pun intended to
Once
live.
again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome one and all to the
and all the air
Wingate
from my
World
lungs slips
Experience.
into the sky like we smoke.
As Dr. Dre mentioned, this is
I'm the one with it. The soul provider,
Dos.
cold as fire, hot as ice.
We got a long
Rock the
way to
mic till I
go.
retire,
We gotta
die the
start
son
from
of
somewhere,
Christ.
right?
Becoming one with life and live like death
Once
is
again,
uncertain. One
I have
curtain
to
left
my
and I'ma die with my gun
nearest,
burst.
right?
Sun cursed until I must
Leb.
become one with the earth. Heaven and
people?
hell, I conquer whichever
Welcome
comes
back.
first. Known to rebel, my soul on the mode. My soul.
And off camera we have who? Who's that?
Yo.
Hail King
What's
Nigel.
good? What's
Welcome
good?
back.
What's good? What's
Welcome
good?
back. Welcome back, everybody.
Yo,
Welcome back.
It's
We're gonna
good to
go
be
ahead and
back. Yeah.
yeah. So
All the best to y'all in the new year.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
we gotta make sure we got our stuff going on with our applause and all that. That may be me though. Hold on. I'm keep looking at Dre like it's him. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Nonsense like saving religion. Drink, sip, and letting my mind spin.
So,
Thinking about my
stop
mom
the
and pops,
song
how they design this.
Because the
Nigga.
song is using the same volume. I'm getting ready to lose my mind. All right? Watch this.
That simple.
Yeah, that's simple. There we go. Welcome, guys. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, children. The Wingate World Experience. Absolutely. So, how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? How's your stop! Oh my gosh! Yeah. So, how's you going?
I'm fabulous, man.
You're
Feeling pretty good. Feeling exceptional about the new year.
good.
Yeah, feeling good. Well, I already started my New Year's thing back in November.
Yeah.
I don't really do New Year's resolutions.
Absolutely,
I
me
feel
neither.
It's insincere.
Absolutely.
Like,
You know.
You could any day you could decide to transform and change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Nigel?
Yeah, man. I'm good. You know, maintaining,
Yeah.
striving.
Back to the y'all do y'all sets?
You know,
Y'all get to y'all
I
sets?
just wanna
Yes.
wish everybody,
Yep.
you know, optimum health and prosperity throughout the coming times. The new year, the new day. You know.
Absolutely. We got some tough times coming, peoples, but we'll get through it, y'all. We'll get through it.
It's getting cold.
Yeah, in more ways than one. More ways than one. So, let's go. Let's get to it. First podcast. Give me some feedback, guys.
I got some good feedback.
You got some feedback? I have some interesting things to say, but I'll let you gentlemen go first. So, anybody, your people's lab?
Yeah, they liked it. A few of them subscribed.
Nice.
So, yeah, they looking forward to more content. I don't have anything negative. I didn't hear anything negative
Right.
at all about it.
I would hope not. Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't hear anything negative about it. So.
Now, did you heard anything with any thoughts?
Yeah, mostly,
concerns?
mostly,
Positive. Yeah.
good things. A few people, like a couple of the tracks that, that we selected.
You like some of the tracks, huh?
Yeah, some people wanted to expand more on the CBD thing at the end that we was talking about.
Right. I saw one person one. Yeah, that was
So
cool.
that might be something we could talk about.
Absolutely.
In time to come.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay,
And
nice.
yeah, but also people wanted to as far as you stating that you wasn't Team Wingate, I guess
Mm-hmm.
that was the only thing I really heard that that might be. I don't know
Cause
if
a
it's-
little rift
yeah, I
in the
don't know if
matrix,
it's-
right?
Yeah.
So Let's speak on it, right? Because I've been waiting on this one, right? So let's start from a certain space that people could understand, because keep in mind that the main opinion that I was looking for was for ones outside of the calisthenics world. You know, I want to see, because that's the knowledge that we're trying to feed to. There are going to be people that's in the calisthenics culture that know a lot of these things. Is going to seem elementary to them. So I feel like in 2019 we need to invest in women and children. That should be our number one. We must do that. And like I said, the old ways of doing things are over. People are absorbing information, including calisthenics and fitness, in a completely different way. And a lot of the old ways are archaic now. So, you know, it's time to, as become the moniker to pay it forward. But let's get in the bag a little bit about this whole Team Wingate and Wingate World Unlimited thing. Let's address the elephant in the room, right? Because one of the things my father taught me as I grew up was always address the elephant in the room. Now, like I told you, gentlemen, before we actually, and these guys have, my brothers in the bar, have allowed me this space to speak freely. By the way, as you notice, we're missing one. Our brother Cleve. I think he got locked up. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't get nothing like that. We're not gonna put that on. No.
That's what I was about to say. Hey, words are powerful, brother.
No. We gonna put that on Cleve. This is brother right here. Okay, you gonna hold me accountable? It's all jokes.
Right.
What happened was, it was the priorities of the family. So of course, all of us know how that is. On our next episode, we will be at full go once again. So shout out to our brother Cleve.
Shout out to Cleve.
You know, shout out to him, and get back. We'll get back and see you soon. Now, back to the matter at hand. Team Wingate, Wingate World Unlimited, blase blah. I spoke with a representative of Team Wingate over the past week, and there was some interesting things said. And it was brought to my attention that some people feel a certain type of way because either they aren't included or they feel like they should be doing this or that. I don't know how true that is. I don't really care. But I was greenlit by the Queen, which is the mother of my child, the princess of my domain. And I was also greenlit by Cleve. So I don't need but one battery. Listen, anybody that has an issue with Wingate World Unlimited or has an issue with the Wingate World experience, you can kick rocks. Matter of fact, you can kick rocks with leather chocolates on. It's been so many years.
Chocolates.
And you know, if you want to know about chocolates, just ask Jay-Z. That's my bro, but he know, right? So let's just get right to it. Absolutely, your toes is out. A lot of things are showing. So
you want some bust toes?
A lot of these brothers have been in front of the camera, right? And then I made a post about this. If you have any type of hate in your heart, if you have any type of sourness in your heart concerning anything that we have going over here, that's your defect that you have to deal with. Don't be mad at myself or any other gentleman involved in this because you didn't have the mitigating gall to step out on your own and create the platform. Don't be mad and hating on myself and my brothers in this room. And mind you, this is how I feel. I'm not including them in this. This is what Byram is saying. Don't be mad at us because you didn't have the creative gumption to stick with whatever you had going, which was going well, and you weren't able to create the platform. I shared something with my brothers in the bar here before we got started. And I'm going to share it with a couple of you out there because I think you need to hear it. And in the full name of transparency, I give you this. I fight with 2 demons daily, right? One demon, clinical depression. The second demon, clinical anxiety. Now, as I've gotten older, I've been able to win a lot of those battles because this is a lifelong war. It's not going anywhere for me. So I've gotten older. I've gotten the hang of it a little bit, you know, and sometimes I lose. Every once in a while, that big demon, depression, he likes to creep up in my ear, behind my ear, like right back here, you know, where they say they got Abraham Lincoln, where they say. And he creeps up behind my ear, and you know what he says? He likes to whisper sweet nothings in my head and tell me how sweet it would be just to take a stroll off the Brooklyn Bridge at, I don't know, 3 a.m. on a Thursday, right? And I battle with that demon almost every day. I say all that to say this, and like all my people said down south when I was down south, I triple dog dare any of you to bring any of that negative energy toward this. You had your opportunity. There are many other opportunities. There are 2 billion trillion podcasts out there. There are 2 trillion billion clothing brands out there. It's not over. Use your creative minds and pull it together, but it just will not be here. This will be the one and only time this will be addressed. If you see me in the park, don't give me no daps and pounds if you hating. If you got a little sourness in your heart, don't get, you know how guys get emotional and when you see them, they give you that little limp pound. You see them in the face, they've been sour faced for so long, they try to put on a fake smile when you see them and then they end with the stuck face. And I just laugh when I see it every time because it tickles me. It tickles me.
It's not very masculine.
It's not at all. So that is all I'm going to say on that matter. And we will move forward, creating positive energy and educating the masses, whoever it may be, from 1 person to 2 person, whoever sees this content. All right? How's that? How's that for an intro on therapy?
I mean,
How's that? How's that, Nigel?
said it any
I mean, you know,
Airing
listen.
it out.
I got to, man. Listen, and
Exactly.
listen, we can
That
put
was
this up.
quite vivid.
Yo, listen, it has to be, you know, and at some point, like I said, if you tell the truth and you're honest, and like I said, I understand that from my perspective or from anyone's perspective, an elephant in the room could just be a mouse.
That's right.
But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't like mice in my room either. So this is why we created this platform, these 4 brothers and I, and we're going to keep it pushing, providing this content, and stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
All right? So enough of all that. We spent probably like 15, 20 minutes on nonsense, emotion, real emotion, I'm sure. And we're going to move on to the next thing. So on our agenda, we were speaking about...
It's all a part of the growing process, man.
Well, okay, Nigel, you're not ready to leave. I was just trying to...
No.
Okay, let's talk
I'm
about it.
just
Let's talk
saying.
about
I'm
it.
just
No,
saying.
it's more about... I'm a man of integrity. I try to be as much as possible. Like, listen, I'm not perfect, my friend. I'm not an easy person to like either because of my personality, the way I carry myself, my life experiences, and I realize that. I'm not out here to have a camaraderie with these guys that they have. My support system is not in the park. My support system is more vast than you could ever imagine. I got 2 brothers that live within 5 minutes of Wingate Park that have no thought of doing a pull-up. But please believe, if I make a call in 5 minutes, bloody there. You heard? So there's layers to people. You get what I'm saying? And people live different lives. People have different, I want to say, lanes that they should be in. And sometimes what you decide to be in or what you want to do isn't what you're good at.
It's all a learning process.
It
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
Everything's about nepotism when I'm thinking about in life, period. And if you don't know what nepotism is, basically it's just handing down, I guess you would say, an inheritance to your next of kin, right? So if we are working on nepotism here in calisthenics, when you hand down your inheritance, you have to know who you're handing your inheritance to. And if you hand it to a cornball or a doofball or an idiot, your inheritance is wasted. So what would a smart, I guess you would say, patriarch do? Patriarch is the father. Matriarch is the mother, right? Patriarch is the father. What would a smart patriarch or matriarch do when they're trying to invest in nepotism, I guess you might say? Well, you look at your children. You look at whoever's coming up underneath you. Yes, and you see who's worthy, who has their strength, who can do this. Take, for example, Alexander the Great, right? Alexander the Great was a great leader, they say. Unfortunately, he died before his true form of nepotism could take place. He couldn't distribute his kingdom properly. So when he died, his generals received, I think it was Ptolemy and all these other generals, about 4 or 5 generals. And those generals turned out to be not nearly as strong or as effective as Alexander the Great was. So what happened, of course, through history, as you can see, that kingdom fell apart. It crumbled. And I mean, that's due to other things as well. But that's one of the reasons it crumbled, was because they handed it down to the wrong people, or the wrong people received the kingdoms. So I say all that to say what you just expressed, Nigel. I can get wordy. You got to know what you're doing and admit when you don't know. And pride and humility is something else, I got to tell you, because the calisthenics world is full of narcissists. It's full of look at me's. I don't care how much y'all want to front and talking about I'm doing this for motivation. Stop lying. Well, maybe you are. Maybe you are telling the truth. I don't want to sound like a hater, because you know what I mean. I understand the game. I don't want to knock the hustle. You know, people are like, oh, why you knocking my hustle? No. I'm not saying that. But a lot of y'all is just fronting and a lot of y'all is just lying. All right? So we're going to tell the truth here. And oftentimes when the truth comes forth, people who are full of, I want to say, untruths or not being as truthful, they feel uncomfortable. Especially when it comes from someone they don't expect it to come from, like myself. Because like I told this one that I spoke to, I'm not supposed to be here. I didn't think that we were supposed to be here, right? Leb, did you ever think we would create a podcast?
Absolutely not.
Nigel, I mean, there's been bar talk. There's been all kind of talks and interviews in the park. To this day, do you know I did the research and I went on YouTube, and there are, I guess, calisthenic pull-up challenges with 20 million views, and interviews with 15 million views. That's basically where early podcasts are. That's what all of that stuff was. So in my mind, I'm waiting for Team Wingate or anybody else to be forward thinking enough to go to the next step. And I'm thinking, pardon me.
You saw a lane.
Yeah, so, and it's not even about seeing a lane. I'm hoping that they see a lane. I'm expecting other people to. Why is it that no one from Team Wingate has been overseas? You tell me, Nigel, you're Team Wingate. Why has there not been a calisthenics representative of Team Wingate overseas? Yet I see other calisthenic brands all over the map.
I do.
Do I need to look for my crickets
like
sound effect?
Like you said.
Am I lying or what? I'm trying to understand.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Because I'm just sitting back watching. Like I said, there's been several meetings that I wasn't privy to. I wasn't invited to these. Nigel told me about the very last meeting, which was about 4 or 5 years ago, in Namaste. And if you know Namaste, shout out to Namaste. Down on Atlantic Avenue, they provide the greatest services you can for anybody that's vegan or trying to be healthy. Shout out to them. I don't even need a sponsor from you guys. You guys have saved my life many times over. So shout out to the staff in the store at Namaste.
Oh, Juice Man Flow.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Flo.
that was a Juice Man Flow.
Namaste. Oh, I'm pronouncing it all wrong. I've been going there for years.
That was a Juice Man Flow thing.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So
I thought it was a Team Wing.
Right.
I thought it was a Team Wingate thing myself too.
So I come in there and there can be there's discord. So me being the type of man I am, now forget this, I'm out. Y'all can't, and plus knowing the knowledge that I have, because at the time, I will admit this is around the time while I wasn't coming to the park regularly. And there was a reason behind that, because I just was done with the whole vibe of it all. I didn't like the energy. I didn't like this me look at me or this braggadocious. I don't want nobody screaming in my ear when I work out. Like, I'm just weird like that. Like, I like solace. You know what I mean? I like to get within myself. And that's actually, I'm in the, absolutely. So now, ironically, throughout the whole time that I worked out in Team Wingate or whatever we did, I'm the most healthy and the most fit that I've ever been in my life, and I'm about to be 40 next year. So you tell me.
Great, man.
You get what I'm saying? And I broke my body down for Wingate Park. Can nobody tell me anything about nothing? Just like I said, I wasn't in any bar star. Yeah, I wasn't in no 5Bs. I never competed. I came to the very first whatever that league that came and swept through the Calisthenics game in New York. I came to the first one there. I had to beg for my Team Wingate shirt when I was supposedly a member. So all of these things, I'm like, integrity in my head. So I'm checking these boxes as I go along, but I'm not saying anything. All these years, I'm check the box, store it away, check the box, store it away, and I'm just watching how everything is moving. And I said nothing this whole time. Now that a brother started a platform and he talking, now it's a problem. Well, it's gonna be a problem. If you want beef, I want all the smoke. Trust me.
Let 'em know.
All the smoke. I'm here for it. Trust me. Where my and you know, at the same time, I'm serious. You know, it's not so over the top where it's like an issue where we got beef. No, it's nothing like that. But there is a level of seriousness to it, and it must be spoken about. And I want to get ahead of the narrative before the lies get out there, because you know, guys, playing the victim. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Why are you so angry? I don't know what's going up with him. I don't know what's up with him. He crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. I am, but so are you. Have you accepted that? I've been diagnosed already. You know what I'm saying? I've accepted my weaknesses, and I thrive within them. Now, every day ain't so peachy, but guess what? I dive into calisthenics. You get what I'm saying? So, Nigel, I can talk. Listen, none of these guys could have. Right? There's nothing that any of these guys out here in any park could say to me. I don't care if you came from the time Giant was out here running these streets. Hannibal. shout out to Hannibal, man. I forgot about his name when I was talking about people that really influenced me. There's another one. It was Hannibal. And who was the guy that he used to always? There's another gentleman, man. And he used to do the scorpion handstand. D-Real used to have a fire. D-Real has a fire scorpion handstand, but this other gentleman did too. I forget his name, but Calisthenics Kings, I think that's his brand.
Come on, George.
Yes, George.
Hitman.
Yes. Shout out to George. And I met George maybe like once or twice back in like 04, 05 back in the day. Like George, nothing. Yeah, shout out to George. But
there's always love when I see
Yes,
George.
Man. Those two dudes
George,
really influenced me in my calisthenics life, man. And
when you say scorpion handshake, that trick is
the scorpion handstand or something like that.
I remember him. His was
crazy scorpion handstand, and
sick,
to this day, and I think I saw something pop up. Oh, by the way, shout out to all the passive aggressive posting on Instagram and social media. I see it. Losers, you bunch of punks for doing that. You gotta make a little post, and then
I think passive aggressiveness. That's like
it's so whack. It's so whack. It's so whack. That's why, like, listen, and the reason I'm speaking on it from this platform because I'm not gonna text all of y'all. I'm not friends with any of you. Like, I don't like half of you guys. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not gonna come find you. This ain't no check-in. This ain't like, listen, I don't know what type of arrogance or narcissism that thought. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the mental gymnastics that these guys go through. But don't try to, like, I'm done with it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Pull Up Park Jam.
Shout out to Pull Up Park Jam Red. From the jump. And like I said, this didn't just come up in the last 3 or 4 months. I've been thinking about this for years. I've been waiting for a Team Wingate podcast since 2013 and 2012 when I first listened to them. Wow. That's how long I'm late. We late. This is late, in case y'all didn't know. We are very behind. There should be a calisthenics television network running 24 hours in 2019. Why is there no website for calisthenics, for any calisthenics? I mean, I know there's a few teams out there. Like I said, shout out to the teams that are doing great things. Don't take this no type of way to any of you guys. If it does apply to you, you can have all the sauce if it does apply to you. But if it doesn't apply to you, you know it's all over Byram. You know where I stand, and you know what type of vibes I come with. This may be the first time anybody's ever even seen me speak like this, but, it had to be done. And I hate that we had to spend, 30 minutes on a podcast talking about dudes with who handle their emotions like women, and that's no diss to women, but we know what it is.
Women are strong, B.
Women are very strong, but however, we also know that emotions can change from 1 minute to the next. And there's no telling what you may get at a certain moment in time. It is what it is. It can happen with a man. It happens with me because my mind is jacked up. So from hour to hour, I may have a different feeling.
So maybe you talking about bitches then.
Yo, listen, we go tell Nigel. Listen, we're trying to be profanity free. We try,
my fault.
You're right, Nigel. It's put me in my place. I will accept that. You know exactly. For those that, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Listen, man. Listen, that's the stuff I'm talking about, Nigel. You know what I mean? But you know, that's where we at. You know, with it. Yo, can we talk about something real now? But listen, no, I am not Team Wingate. You know why? Because I was not accepted as Team Wingate. I was not treated as such.
Well, I was kind of confused myself the first time I heard you say it, to be honest with you.
I mean, you know, I'm sure you would be. I'm sure a great many people would be. You get what I'm saying? But this is what I was getting when I first brought this up to people.
This is news to me that you.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't get I didn't get the phone calls and the text to come to this. Did you think I didn't get the phone calls, the text to come to these events, or come to this battle, to come to now? I will take it upon myself. I withdrew. Now I will own that. I did withdraw to a certain place,
So you
but
you didn't want to be part of them.
I didn't want to be a part of. So even if I would have been, if I had been contacted, I would not have shown anyway, because I came in calisthenics, in the Wingate side of calisthenics, around 05. Like I said, I was introduced in around 02. But I came into the Wingate, you know, I started learning about Highlanders and bartenders. I started learning about all that around 05. So around that time, it was war. Like, it wasn't kumbaya like it is now. We all friends, we all taking pictures. No, it was that crew against that crew and this crew against this crew. So I came in the game all happy-go-lucky because I'm sick. Like, I want to be healed, but these dudes is battling. So I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, I'm too crazy to be in the middle of all this. I'm going to end up killing one of these dudes and going to prison. You know what I'm saying? Just because I can't handle it. So since I can't handle it, I'm going to step back. And then I start seeing certain things about integrity that I mentioned about, like, you work out with a dude, then you go to a function, or you go to a competition, then you get treated differently. People act different. This was back then. Like, I withdrew. So I started seeing it. I'm like, yo, we supposed to be fam. You saying we fam, we this, that, and forth, but you acting different all of a sudden. We are around certain people, and then you're talking trash about certain people, then all of a sudden you in the pictures with them. All of a sudden, oh no, we don't hang with this crew. We don't talk. We don't deal with this crew. This one they whack. They trash over here. But then years later, you rocking with them. Like, I'm different. My integrity is it's much stronger than that. I don't play that. I don't bang with that at all. You talk down to people who are in Wingate Park, who may live a different life than you, that you don't agree with, but then you all in the pictures in the video with them to promote your brand. That ain't kosher. That ain't cool to me. So how you gonna talk in my ear like I'm over by a bar? Oh, look at them. They the worst. They need to get out of here. They need to do this, that, and that. Then, oh, what's up? How you doing? What up? What up? What up? That's fake to me. I don't play fake. I'm the same with everybody. You could be in the mud. I'm gonna adapt you just as much as if you want a 25th floor penthouse in Manhattan. And I have done that.
So by respect, bro.
Respect. But see, this is what I've learned. You give out the respect. You give out respect, but don't expect that same respect back.
Don't expect it.
You give out the respect that you respect to receive, but don't expect it back. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I'm a little dyslexic.
Something like that. But
something
we know,
like that.
You
get what I'm saying? So I always gave out good energy. If I wasn't feeling it, I would remove myself just so we wouldn't beef. You get what I'm saying? That's just the type of guy, because that's how my OGs taught me. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't, just because you disagree about your brother don't mean you fight your brother. Yeah, you might not even like your brother for a while. You know what I'm saying? But you still my brother. So for the sake of both of us, I will remove myself from the situation because of who I am and what I can't handle.
You're an instinctual person as well.
I have to know myself. So all this is coming into 2018, going into 2019. I'm getting all this. I'm sweeping all this out of the rug. If you got something to say with me, come through. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't seeing nobody. And then you see him, oh, yo, what up, yo. No, get out of my face. No, listen, disgust me. Disgust. Pure disgust. Like, and listen, none of y'all pay no bills in my crib. You know, my support system is more than I used to bring. This is another thing. Like while I'm getting this therapy session off, this rant, I brought many ideas to certain people that's in the Wingate Park, and those about Team Wingate. I brought several ideas. You know what got told? Why don't you go do it yourself?
Okay.
I said that's all right. Check mark. I ain't say nothing though. I brought it to another member of Team Wingate. You know what they said? I don't need this. I got a job. I do too, but we talking about this. What you talking about? Check mark. Didn't say nothing. So that's how y'all really moving. That's how y'all really. It's really selfish then. It's really. And then when you start moving, then they got the little face like, oh. Listen, you children, get out of my face, because that's what it is. We're not children. We're not in high school. This is a grown man business here. Nigel, do you have anything else that you want to what is this talk to me about? Ask about
I'm great.
questions,
Let's
concerns. Leb, do you have any questions, concerns?
I have nothing to say.
I mean, I know, and Leb, this is poor Leb. Leb don't got nothing to do with this. Leb is just like, I'm just trying to, add to something. He coming to all this fire, but this is just what comes with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The audacity to be so arrogant to feel that you must be included. People want to be included so bad that they hate. How many events have you had that we weren't included? And Nigel, I don't include you because you are a little different. It's nuanced with you because of your profession, so you're able to make moves and be in different places. I don't have that luxury. Never did. So, like I said, we created our own platform, and we're going to keep moving forward. If you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you're not. That's it.
That's it.
All right. So moving on to the next thing. I mean, I hate it to be so heavy,
It's all right, man.
I hate it to be so heavy.
You had to get that out.
Yeah, I had to get it out. I think it's good to get it out, especially I feel like especially as I would say being the head of this, what we have going on right here. You have to accept certain responsibilities. Right. So, Yo, we spoke about the R. Kelly thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
You
I asked if you saw it.
Yeah, so what'd you think of it, first of all?
I thought it was put together well. It was riveting. It was really, really riveting stuff.
Shout out to them for making that putting it together, man. The music, the ambiance of the show. Like, I saw clips. I didn't actually watch it though.
It was well done. And I like the fact that they had like a psychotherapist in there as well.
Right.
So you got the scientific aspect of R. Kelly. And
What did they say?
basically,
in a nutshell.
Basically,
Right.
he was a victim as
Okay.
well. And,
All right.
he internalized that and in turn said that I'm never going to be a victim, and then he started victimizing other women. So that's where it stemmed from, because he got molested when he was really, really young. So they had that aspect of it, but I was at the end of it. I was like,
There's a lot, right?
He's trash.
Yeah,
He is. Trash. He's like, there's no doubt about it. He's certifiable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Undeniable trash.
And I have to apologize. I have to piggyback that, Leb, because last week on our very first episode, I committed a blunder. I played one of his songs, man. Well, he's kind of if he's a writer and his cadence is there, he's a part of the song. He is a great contributor to that song, and I apologize to our viewing public. It's not a laughing matter at all.
Does that take away from the talent though? Like,
it doesn't take away from the talent at all. But
so the songs not dope anymore. I mean, what
song is amazing? A lot of the songs are like, if you're talking about
like, the lyrics are different now.
age ain't number the number, it sounds real different now. If you think about it, real talk.
My mind is telling me no.
Yes, and my body is telling me yes. Like in your head, you kind of want to chuckle about it, but it's true.
But yeah.
And then the reason I want to, and I spoke to you guys off camera about this, why I didn't particularly watch it is because I'm a survivor myself. And I know that in the black community, it's not spoken on enough, child molestation. I am a survivor several times over. And as I spoke about earlier in the podcast, it's one of the reasons why I carry myself the way I do, why my thought process, why my brain was fractured at such a young age. One of the reasons. I'm afraid that if my parents see this, they're gonna lose their mind. I don't even think they really know, but it's good to speak on. This is one of the reasons we created this kind of like therapy experience.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, for me, athletics was always a part of me trying to get over that. Fortunately, I didn't turn into the monster to the degree that R. Kelly did, but there were some characteristics that there were some characteristics that I took on as far as like how I view women and just how I viewed the world that I had up until like a few years ago. Like I spoke to you, I'm just able to speak about it up until a few years ago, and I'll be 40 next year. So 37 years of living in turmoil, being angry every day, and being sad every day. So I think mental health is very much a part of calisthenics. I know a lot of people in and to keep this in the calisthenics realm, there are a lot of gentlemen that have been locked up, wouldn't you say, that are in calisthenics. We spoke about the where was calisthenics started? Was it prison?
Well, I mean, it's widely talked about and agreed upon that it was labeled a jail workout.
Right.
But
Ooh, calisthenics.
Sure. I'm not.
But I've said it to say.
Sure. I'm not
Jail.
sure that's
I mean,
where the inception was.
I
but
can understand,
because not having the bare essentials, all you having is bars. Being in jail. So.
But therapy as well, though. Therapy as well, because
hell yeah.
Because like I said, I mentioned with Leb before this. Anybody can. It's easier to learn to pick something up than it is to pick yourself up. You get what I'm saying? So if it's, say you have a 45 pound weight over here, it's going to be fairly easy for you to learn to pick that up. But picking your 165 to 200 pound self over a bar takes so much inner strength. And I think if you get into that groove of doing that on a regular, anybody that suffers with any type of anything that happened to them when they're youth,
depression,
anxiety, and I'm not talking about that fake, because a lot of people are faking it now just for the check, because it's very popular, especially in music, to say that it's a trendy to say my mental illness or my mental. No, it's really people
like a justification too.
Yes, to act however you want to act,
to hide their BS.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so wait. So you saying R. Kelly is that's one of the issues with R. Kelly? You think that's
absolutely
that's an excuse for him?
It's not an excuse, but it's one of the reasons why he's a broken individual.
Yeah.
You like, in order to understand what a demon is, you have to understand what his origin is,
right,
and what happened.
So okay. So
demons were good people.
Why would you guys say he a monster then?
Well, because you touch children that were underage sexually.
Right.
That makes the skin on my hand is raising already. And when I speak about it, I get.
That's an abomination. Then.
And I live with that anger every day, personally. So for me, like I said, my perception may be a little different than, say, somebody who hasn't been molested or who hasn't been shot at. I've held, when I was 18 years old, I held one of my classmates' dead body in my arms when he got shot when I was down south. I was graduating, 1998. And I remember the smell of his body flatulating. I remember the sound of his body moaning as I'm holding him. And I felt his body get stiff. So things like that, I'm not the only person. That's not unique at all. If you're from the hood, that is not unique at all. There are several men and women who are in calisthenics that have dealt with that. That's why this culture is so important to me and why I look at it a certain way. Some people just want to get in to show their abs off. That's cool. I'm not knocking your hustle. Somebody want to get into. Oh, by the way, shout out to all the new brands that are popping up on social medias. I've seen people trying to, monetize themselves now, set themselves for 2019. Now, we're not going to be so self-serving to say that we started all that, but we had a few eyes now. It's interesting. Nothing more of attention.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, shout out. Ain't nothing
shout
new.
out to everybody.
But that shout out. But that's what calisthenics is so important to me, and I think it's so important to the culture and to people who are dealing with mental illnesses, strifes in their lives at home. It could be something that's just having a bad home life. Like you're not living, you're living in an environment that's just terrible. You stacked on top. You're in a family house and you got 20 family members in there. You ain't got no space, and all you got is the park, the pull up. And you don't want to go in the gym because the gym you can't breathe, and you don't want the. You just don't. Yeah, it's people there.
Some people can't afford the gym.
Right. So that's why I say I might not be looking. Yes, I personally may not be looking for the camaraderie or family or friends in the pull-up part.
Right.
But maybe some other person is. Maybe they need
Yeah,
that.
some people can't work out by themselves.
Exactly.
I've heard that. Yeah, they just
It
can't.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work for them.
Exactly.
They need someone to work out. And I'm either or. You see how I roll.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not one of
Either
those.
or.
I'm not one of those
But
kind of
I
people.
prefer by myself. If you don't have the right energy,
Right.
then I'd rather work out by myself.
Absolutely.
So I'm not just working out with somebody just to work out with them. It depends
Right.
on who that person is.
Right.
Mm,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Absolutely. So we are coming to the end of this joint. We cut it, make it a little brief because we spent a lot of time on things that we didn't really, but it had to be spent.
I know, man.
You know, we
had to get it off your chest.
I
man.
had to get it off my chest, and I
Yeah.
also feel like it had to be addressed.
Yeah,
Period.
for real.
And so what we gonna
You
do?
have to talk, man. Talking
We
is
have to.
healing.
And this
Talking
is
healing.
yes.
Gotta just get stuff out. Can't
Absolutely.
let it build up.
I
man.
thank you guys for allowing me to have my
Yeah.
own therapy. I was selfish this episode,
Oh.
having my own therapy episode, and yeah, like I said, sometimes I can get vomit mouth and I lose my thoughts and everything because I think so much before I talk sometimes. But
Yo, I have
thank
that
y'all for
same
that.
issue.
Yeah.
I have that same issue.
I
Maybe
think it's
that's
what
why I
we
don't
need.
talk because I
Yeah.
think too much.
Yeah. So this is
I'm fit. No, I'm like my,
Yeah.
my mind is just. Sometimes I just jumble up my words.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking.
so much.
so
I'm
much,
always
so
thinking.
much
My
going
brain
on.
is like a nuclear reactor, like
That's
at all
why
times.
I didn't like reading for like a good minute.
Yeah.
Because reading out loud, I'll be thinking so much.
Yeah.
And I'll start to like break every word down, and I'll
Right.
sound like that. It starts coming out of
Right.
my mouth.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
and people
yeah.
laugh at me. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah,
So
it's-
I'm
yeah.
like, you know what?
I'm not gonna speak.
I'm not gonna speak. I'm not gonna say anything because there's just so much going on.
Right. Is that why you were quiet a lot?
That's why, yeah, I was very, 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 very quiet.
Mm.
I was very, very introverted.
Mm.
I hated working in groups.
Okay.
Oh man, when having to team up with somebody, being their partner. Oh man, I hated that.
Right.
Cause I rather if I'm gonna fail, I'd rather fail on my own. I want to be dependent upon somebody else.
Right.
I just did. I have anxiety too.
Right.
I do.
Understand. Yeah, of course you do.
I have a lot.
Of course
I have
you
a lot
do.
Of anxiety.
When
I
you
have-
came out the womb, you had it.
yeah. I mean, we're in the world, right? We live in
Absolutely.
the world, and people, I'm traumatized by just people in general.
Right.
Just being around
Just
people.
being around people
just being
agitate you.
Obviously, I've evolved, and I've like you said, like you're able to manage it
Right.
like better. But it's still like it's still there, and it's still a lifelong battle that you have to deal with. Like
Absolutely.
walking into any social event, there's always this.
You gotta get yourself together.
Just
Right.
breathe. Just, like even coming here doing this real quick.
Yeah. You gotta
Gotta
get
just
yourself
breathe.
together. Like, oh,
And just
okay.
go, cause I think I suffer from perfectionist syndrome, and if I don't
Are you a
do
narcissist?
things, huh?
Are you a narcissist?
Borderline, like
Me too.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
too. I think we
Yeah,
all are to a degree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Right.
it's obviously I'm not like overt, like
Right.
because there's different levels to narcissism, but
Right. You
that's
have a
where
little touch.
perfection-
You have a little touch, you
That's
know.
where perfectionism comes from, like
Yeah.
being a narcissist. Like, why did I not?
Right.
Why did
Right.
I not do that
Yes.
exactly the way I thought it?
Yes.
Out. Why?
Yes.
You know. I
Yes.
say that all the time. Like my last shoulder right now, I was like, that was terrible.
Yeah. You judge. Yeah. It's
I'm
like,
judging. I'm like, why
Yo.
wasn't I sharper?
yo, Nas said something right
Why
on the
wasn't I more
track.
fluid?
Yeah. He said, I'm like Jesus. Nas said, I'm like Jesus judging his own miracles, but he won't because he's automatic. So it's like if you. It's like you're doing something,
right.
you're judging your own
I
thing,
swear I think
but
I'm
you're
Jesus.
imperfect though.
Right, but
You're
I'm imperfect.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think I'm Jesus.
I'm the same
but
way.
I'm not.
Yeah, just a
I'm not
man.
Jesus.
Hey, well, if you're Christian, he exists within you, right?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
therefore, you are that
right?
with that exists
He
within
said
you,
made in
right?
our image,
Yeah,
right? That's what
yeah.
it say, right?
So
That's what it said
yeah.
in the Bible.
So thank you for that.
No problem.
Appreciate
brother.
that. Didn't expect that one coming from you, Leb. That's dope. You know, a little therapy there. You know.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're coming up at the end of this second episode. I wish we had an agenda with so much to speak about. Trust me, we did. It's just like, you know, we got to stay within the realms of our timing. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna end this bad boy with 3 songs from the 3 of us. Yeah, we're gonna songs that you can work out to. And I'll kick it off since I have it here, and I have Nigel's queued up as well. So there's a song that I think the ladies will like, because like I said, we are investing in ladies in 2019. Women, yes.
Women,
Yes.
ladies,
Yes.
queens,
Women, queens,
empresses.
Nefertiti's, all of them. By the way, they're doing a Cleopatra movie. I'm so disappointed. I said, why don't you do Nefertiti? She was the G.
Maybe
You
even
know
some
what I'm saying?
bitches
She was
too.
the real one.
You heard?
You know what I mean? But anyway, so this song,
They may need it more.
yeah. Oh man, she was a ride or die. So this song, if I can find it, is by Wale, and it is called Poledancer. Once again, this is for the ladies, but it goes, man. Let's see how it goes. If you in the gym, turn it up. It's in our Wingate World Unlimited workout playlist. I think it is. You can turn it up, DJ.
Workout. I broke up with her, it ain't workout. Oh look, my new work like the workout. She in the mirror tryna work out. Like workout. Look, pole dance. Pole. Yeah. Look, pole dance. Pole. Look, what's up? Girl, I don't need you, I just want you. She said I need to tell you something. Boy, look, I'm a freak, but I'm a woman. Hold up, she used to be my favorite cheerleader. I ain't mad, cause she's a paralegal. With a bag, say Chanel on her purse. She ain't playing with these hoes. I'm in hell in my blunt. She keep playing on the pole. What you know? Girl, you got a vibe. Private show, she gon' show after 95. I just wanna lay you up. I just wanna lace a pipe. She get paid for Fashion Nova, so she need a stomach tight. Fucking ride, pole dancer. Her DMs full of you niggas who got no chances. My DMs full of you bitches and some broke rappers. Hold up, I digress. Fix two birds with just one pitch. She need D and can't find gym. I told her workout. I broke up with her, it ain't workout. Oh look, my new word like the workout. She in the mirror tryna work out. Pole dance. Pole. Look, pole dance. Pole dance. Work out.
He said, I heard all of the best things in life come to you for
That was Wale. Poledancer, right? Y'all like that? That's cool? Yes. That's a cool vibe, right?
So yeah, that's
That's gonna go. Like, I hope it take off for Wale. I love that dude, man. He really he showed love to myself and my peoples to a brand, one of my home brands, Fermented Bees. Shout out to my brother S. Dot.
I guess shout out to all the strippers too. Or the pole dance. Well, not necessarily strippers, but pole dance.
That's my bro, man.
And then he told me, he was like, yeah, I saw you.
They strong too.
Oh, word, that's ill.
Yeah,
that's ill.
My barbershop. Yeah, I see him like almost every Friday.
Yeah, that's my bro. That's what I be talking about. Yeah, that's my brother right there.
Yeah, because I asked him, what's your name? I think his name is Sean.
Sean,
right?
Yeah,
he said, just say S. Dot. I was like, oh, and then when you said S. Dot, I was like, I made the connection.
Yeah.
They told me to say what up.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to S. Dot and Wale and Fermented Bees, and I'll tell that story another time. All right, so that was Poledancer by Wale. This is Nigel's pick. Heyna, Jab, and Sosa.
Some soca.
What's this, boy?
Shout out to all the Caribbean people out there, man. Shout out to all the Trinis out there. Carnival next month.
Right.
Shout out to all the people from Carrier Coup. Carnival next month.
Big up.
Yeah, I know how it go. Soca people strong. Yeah.
Big up.
Big up. So let's get this thing rocking.
Heyna, Jab, and Sosa.
Hey there, slugger.
Wi-Fi.
It's the Heyna, Jab, and Sosa. Let me tell you what the girl want a dosa.
It's the Wi-Fi connection. It's the Wi-Fi connection, girl. It's the Wi-Fi connection, girl. It's the Wi-Fi. She don't want no data. She don't want no credit. All she wants is Wi-Fi connection in the job. She don't want no data. She don't want no credit. All she wants is Wi-Fi connection in the job. Now we Wi-Fi no data. Wi-Fi no data. Wi-Fi no data. Wi-Fi no data. Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi connection. It's the Wi-Fi connection. It's the Wi-Fi connection. She don't want no top of man. after all mass. Hello.
I'm feeling the vibes with me head back for the booze. Sosa going live, I almost get caught in the blues. The Heyna job them flexing, look how the girl them sexy. Come test me, bring up your waist like flexing.
Wi-Fi, it's the Wi-Fi connection. Wi-Fi, it's the Wi-Fi connection, girl. Wi-Fi, it's the Wi-Fi connection shop. Wi-Fi, it's the Wi-Fi. She don't want no data, she don't want no credit. All she wants is Wi-Fi connection.
Yo, Carnival?
She don't want no data.
It's a new rhythm right
She
here?
don't want no credit. All she wants is
2018,
Wi-Fi connection. Job. She come worship
Oh yeah, so we definitely gonna speak more about the CBA and the
She come worship
CBD.
Wi-Fi box.
Next episode, we're gonna just dive
She come and she set it up and now she want me to sign on it. She come and load it up and tell her to go live on it.
but it's gonna be, we're gonna get in the dirt, put our fingers in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? See the people what they need to hear. Absolutely. By the way, if you're trying to lose weight, lose fat off your body, if you're trying to shave fat off your body, distilled water, ladies and gentlemen. If you drink 1 gallon of distilled water, if you can do it, 1 gallon of distilled water a day, and you're trying to lose weight, 1 gallon, key food, $1.59, you will lose 15 pounds in 1 month without working out. It's not a magic cure. It's not a magic pill. Do the research yourself. I did it myself, and it worked for me. So, like I said, that's one little gem I just want to toss out there. Do the
I
research.
think that's a hell of a gem.
Do the research.
Drink water. lose
Water,
15
not
pounds in a
just
month.
water, distilled water.
Drink-
Distilled
drink-
water. And there's a
lose-
reason behind it
Wow.
because
Wow.
if you realize, I'll take care of for your sleeper. Distilled water is hard water. It was water that we were told not to drink when we were growing up. At least I was. But once I did the science on a couple things, you know. Anyway, that was, what was that again, Nigel?
Heyna, Jabba, and Sosa.
Sosa. Wi-Fi. That's the name of
Wi-Fi.
that track. So put that in your workout.
Old Slugger Rhythm.
Yes, put that in your
2018.
Right.
It's a classic, y'all.
All right, so we're with Leb's workout pick. What is it?
The Message.
The Message by one of the greatest hip hop artists of all times,
It's a classic, y'all.
Nasir Olu-Ben-Dara. All right, let's go.
You said Ben. You said
That's
that right?
it. That's his name.
Yeah.
Nasir Ben Olu-Dara.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Nas fan. That's how I know.
Fake love, no love, you get the slug. See
I thought it was
gusto,
Olu-Dara or
good luck,
something.
no. I didn't know till I was
But you
drunk,
right,
though.
though.
You freak niggas played out.
What is
Get
it,
fucked
Nasir?
and ate out.
Nasir Olu.
Turn
It's
bitch,
one of
I
them.
got the
Olu
gate
Ben,
out.
Ben Olu, one of the
96
two.
ways I made out.
But it's definitely
Montana
Dara,
way
for
to
sure.
good
I don't want Nas to be
FLLA.
calling up like, yo, say my
say
name
my
right.
name wrong, man. Yo,
He's
get
back
back
there,
there,
bro.
Get that name right.
Yeah, it's pops don't play either. It's pops from Mississippi.
Even though that be love right there, though. Get Nas to
That'd be ill, right? Yo, Nas, man, help you lose some weight, brother. Yo, shout out to Styles P, man. He's a bar brother, man. He's all on his fitness movements, man. Styles P, man. Yo, Styles P he's a vegan now. He don't play at all. And I see him doing his movements at Pharmacy for Life. Shout out to Juice Bars. Shout out to Angela Lee with her Juice Bars down on in Brooklyn. Best Side. We're really talking over Leb's workout pick.
They get the idea.
Yeah,
It's a classic background music.
Timeless.
yeah, shout out to those two individuals. I'd love to have them on the podcast if possible. I know they're doing their own podcast and things, and we're just crumbs, in the universe, just getting started. But you speak certain things out, you never know. So, and I know a couple of people that work with Styles P, so I might send a kite out, see if we can speak on some real health things and some real calisthenic things. So we'll see. Just a cousin of death.
Well, shout out to all them Instagram models out there doing their little workout things, bro.
Absolutely.
I see that's becoming a new trend out there.
I'm a family man. I can't speak on those type of things in there, but
Hey,
just
workout. It's all workout
the queens out there,
They doing their thing. I mean, like they working out and promoting health.
Absolutely.
That's good.
We're going
I
to
see
see still that in 5 years from now, though, because a lot of people getting surgeries.
Hey.
I mean, listen.
We know the real for the real rise and the fake force. We know how
What's the word we can be negative a lot. I can be pessimist sometimes. So if you guys hear me, feel free to ring me in. My family rings me in. You know, I'm a little nutty. You know that now. If you didn't know it already. So yeah. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. Not trying to knock nobody else.
Hey, sometimes you gotta check yourself.
Shout out to the Esco.
I don't think it is what you
Yeah. Men and women.
Exactly, yeah.
Shout out to Drizzle. Love changes, best friends become strangers. Picture that. That was Nas Escobar, Nasir Jones, New York City's finest. The Message from the It Was Written album, arguably the second best album ever created in hip hop. Arguably.
I think it's the best album.
It Was Written?
From
some people say Illmatic or some people say one of KRS-One joints or somebody like that.
Illmatic is usually.
By the way, that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
That's it.